Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Blockey Sports Network. We are here. Big slate of games today. 3 games tonight. Originally it was going to be 4, but one of them got moved, I believe, or I was just lied to. Usually happens a lot. But we have a game between the Philadelphia Freedom and the Orlando Storm tonight. First of 2 Freedom games tonight. We will be back here later on at 9:15. I'm joined here tonight by AllahFresco, Mason, and Missia. AllahFresco, big veteran, coming in to help us out tonight. Very excited to have him here. Honestly, I'll let him go first. What do you think about this game? What do you think's about to happen here?
Yeah, should be an interesting game to watch. The Freedom coming off their cup win last year. It's the first time the Freedom have played since then. They're trying to defend their title, so it should be an interesting game. I have heard before the game that Top Rages will not be in attendance and Dicker will be taking his place. So pretty big blow for this Philadelphia team. But Orlando had a very rough game to start. Got pretty much decimated. The whole Ghosty Ferret trade went down, so they do have Sammy the Whale instead of Ghosty Ferret, and they do have Theo here tonight, who they didn't have in the Carolina game. So it should be an interesting matchup between these two teams to see how good they both are.
Definitely agree. It's definitely. I'm excited to see how Orlando will do. You know, ever since they made that trade, Ghosty Ferret, maybe a different locker room, different, way the team's gonna work. Maybe, Sammy the Whale isn't as good as Ghosty Ferret, but maybe it'll just work out a little bit better. Ben's has some flying time, something to do. I don't know. But it'll be a bit more of an even game tonight, just without Top Rages for the Freedom. He's a pretty good player for them. Didn't he? I'm pretty sure he won the Norris last year, or was a runner-up for that. Regardless, I'll hand it to Missia now, let him talk a little bit.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, as AllahFresco had said previously, the Freedom are just coming off that Cup championship. I mean, they basically kept the same core. They just got rid of Pludge, which was a very, very big why they won against the Calgary Wings in the finals, I would say. Having that great trade led them to just having really good depth in general. They had almost scoring options on every single player they had on the line. So not having him will hurt. And especially not having Top Rages tonight will be even worse. But, they'll probably be able to ball. But I do think the Orlando Storm are going to be able to squeak one out here. But I'm just going to send it over to Mason to see what he thinks about this game.
So something I gotta say right before we probably get into predictions is I think Sammy the Whale is like a known veteran for playing in these games where he's the underdog. I mean, he's been an owner for so long and built so many underdog teams with not a lot of star players with him. And honestly, I think he's going to be the one that's going to take advantage of tonight and knows how to play, when he's the underdog. But anyways, let's go down the desk for quick predictions, starting with Missia.
Yeah, I got Orlando Storm taking this 3-1.
Orlando Storm is taking this 3-1. I agree with you.
Give me Philadelphia.
Okay, and that's gonna do it. Let's get prepared for this puck drop. I am your commentator for tonight, Maspin, alongside AllahFresco. As we get closer to puck drop here, it looks
I will
like
be between the benches. Very important.
Yep. We got H's, Farabee, and Camper starting out for the Freedom, with Sammy the Whale, Theo, and Caption on the other side of things for the Storm. Caption up to Theo. Theo cutting down the boards. Has an opportunity. Plays Sammy. Sammy the Whale shot. Huge save by Panda Man already. This Orlando Storm team starting out hot with a golden opportunity there. Sammy just...
Ben making his impact heard already in his first couple seconds with his new team.
Yep. Farabee going down the boards, gets past Caption. Opportunity here, but can't get past Sammy the Whale. Sammy the Whale playing it inside to Caption. And Farabee's going to take it himself. Sammy covers it well. Gets past H's, but Farabee's not going to let him up with that room on the boards, and shot by Farabee. Mimi's going to make a save. Mimi coming off a very hot game against the Carolina Cobras on game day 1. They still lost, I believe, 4-0, but Mimi had a good game for himself. Lots of shots, lots of opportunities from Carolina. Here's Sammy the Whale going the other way. Opportunity here. Shot! He's been from the back of the net. Sammy the Whale! Orlando Storm is up by 1.
Yeah, I mean, I said on the desk that Whale is usually a bum, but not this shift. He had a great opportunity earlier on in the slot. Panaman made the save, and this time just walks it down the near side boards. Plenty of space given to him by the Philadelphia Freedom, and a big mistake there as Ben is able to slot it far side past Panaman.
Yeah. As I was saying, Sammy's going to be the one that's going to heroically take this team from like an average, team with a lot of 1.5s to, I believe, like, they could do some damage in the league. Maybe take some points off these good teams like Philadelphia. Philadelphia obviously missing top rages, but here's Diego on the ice for the first time. Arden B coming off an incredible cup playoff performance last season. Here's Luke as well, Brandon as well. Diego playing it up to Shug. Luke the other way, shot. It's on the line. Panaman clears it away. And Diego trying to get past Luke. Luke's not going to let him have any room on the boards. Former Calgary finalist last season. Diego booting it up to Shug. Shug trying to get the puck off his ZCDs. Can't do so. ZCDs playing it inside. Has a pass to Brundlin. Brundlin shot. That's going to go wide. Diego going to clear that one down to Arden B. Brundlin shot. That's going to go wide. Just nearly. Orlando Storm taking advantage of every bit of room that they've been given so far. Here's Arden B playing it across the ice to Shug. Theo going to clear that one away. And there's a delayed penalty on the play, and I believe that is against Orlando Storm.
Yeah. I believe Theo whacked person on the puck there. Philadelphia will be heading to the power play.
Yep.
And guys, I'm between the benches right now. The vibes are absolutely immaculate here in the Orlando bench. Everybody cheering for Sammy the Whale, very happy for him. And Brandon is screaming, I won the trade, I won the trade. We'll have more later. We'll see how maybe Wapex responds.
Yep, here's Sammy the Whale. Dancing with the puck. Nearly sells. Probably the caption's going to clear that one away. Sammy trying to regain possession of this puck. It's not let Philadelphia have any opportunity in this power play. Camper playing it inside, but Farabee was not ready for that. H is taking the puck there, but it seems like Farabee would just wanted the puck there. Puck dominant player. Farabee shot. That's going to hit off the post. And that could have been heard from everywhere in the stadium. That shot was very hard. It's off the post. Here's Sammy the Whale. Going the other way. Caption. Playing it up. Farabee opportunity. Shot. Saved by Mimi.
I think that was offsides. Yeah, it was offsides.
And he's going to blow the whistle.
Farabee generating a couple of good chances right there in the slot with that nice little 1-2 pullback to P3 that nearly went in, but managed its way off the post.
Yep. Here's Shug trying to take the opportunity off the face-offs. Oh, CCD's taking a really risky touch there as RDB took a shot, but it's going to be easily saved and gloved by Mimi. Brundlin playing it up. And in my personal opinion, so far from what I've seen, I believe that this is the by far weaker line for the Orlando Storm.
Agree.
RDB trying to get past Brundlin. Diego not allowing Brundlin any room on the boards. Luke goes behind the net. Gets clapped up by Shug. Shug trying to find a pass inside. That's going to get gloved by Mimi. And he's going to blow the whistle again.
Yeah, Mimi's on top of his game right now. He is not letting in any of these shots from Philadelphia. And they've been a couple good ones as well. So.
Yep. Shug. Trying to get past Brundlin. Goes back to Diego instead. Diego, good pass over to RDB. RDB trying to play it across the ice to Shug, who was wide open, but going to get back checked really hard by Brundlin. Brundlin has opportunity here. Panaman coming out of his net. Very active from the goalie there to prevent that play from happening any further. Brundlin, opportunity again to get past Diego, but Diego trying to get past Luke. Luke not allowing any room on the boards for Diego. And Diego recovers the puck well here. Behind the net, plays it up. That's going to hit Theo instead. Theo going down the boards. Hits Farabee, but still has puck possession here. Theo trying to play it inside into the slot. Does so. And that's going to be a goal for Brundlin! Brundlin scoring in season 24. Beautiful pass from Theo, his second assist of the evening. As Orlando find themselves up by 2 in the first.
Yeah, I mean, this first line of Orlando is clicking right now. Sammy the Whale playing well, and I mean, Theo was a big part of that first goal as well. And this time, taking it behind the net is Theo, and he centers it out in front for Brunlin, and Philadelphia's just not able to get there in time. Brunlin, not too much power on that shot. Usually see him blasting P3s, but that one was definitely not his fastest shot, but able to squeak it by Panaman, and the Storm are up 2-0.
Yeah. And it seems like the goaltender for Philly is not on the ice right now. Comes on a little late. H's wins the draw. Caption. Not going to allow many room on the boards. Philly now find themselves in a spot that they don't really see themselves in. At least, considering last season, it's felt like they were never behind. H's. Mimi's going to come out of his net there to clear that one away as we got 10 seconds left in this first. Farabee shot saved by Mimi. And Sammy's got to be a little more careful there. Farabee nearly got a rebound. As I believe that is going to do it for the first period. Let's send it back to the desk, hosted by Nick and Co.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back. First intermission. 2-0 Orlando lead. You're getting outshot 6-3, however. Very interesting period for the Storm. I believe it's a tale of two lines. But, we were talking earlier, I heard on the broadcast that the second line was a lot weaker. It was the weakest link on this Orlando team, but, they come out and score a goal. And, this wasn't mentioned on the broadcast, at the start of the desk, but we have Theo Tapor here. There was some relation issues, a lot of issues, a lot of, locker room issues between the owner, Brunlin, and Theo Tapor, but it seems like they worked it out. And that's what I mentioned earlier. Maybe after the trade with Whale, locker room's a little bit more changed up. Maybe a lot of, the vibes are a bit better.
Different.
Much different vibes going on. I mean, maybe that's why they have the lead right now. They're not really playing too great, but I'll let Mason, tell me, maybe prove me wrong.
I'm going to be honest. I haven't really heard much about this Orlando team. I'm very close with Ben. I talk to him all the time, and he said that the locker room vibes are great. And he's one of those players that honestly doesn't care about the position of his team. He could be in 8th place. He could be in 2nd place. He plays for vibes. He plays for fun. And honestly, I think that's going to be a huge key factor in this game for the Orlando Storm. It seems like they're having a blast out there. But for Philadelphia to come back into this game, I mean, they just need a lot more of everything, don't they? AllahFresco.
Yeah, I mean, they look a little lost out there. First game of the season, stuff's going to happen. I know Panaman's already beating himself up. The Philadelphia Freedom VC is probably getting screamed at right now, unfortunately. Panaman allowing 2 goals on 3 shots, whether or not they were good shots or not, is definitely demotivating for him. So he needs to get back in the game, obviously coming off his Conn Smythe MVP.
Yep.
Absolutely agree, but it's about all the time we have for it. Sorry I miss you. We'll get you next time. 10 seconds till puck drop. We'll send it back up to Mason for commentary.
As we go back into the puck drop, seems like the lines are going to be the exact same. Apparently there's something wrong with my mic. I'm not sure if there is. Camper playing it up the boards. Okay. Fresco, can you take over for a minute?
Yeah, sure. Theo Tapor almost with a chance there as Camper swats it away and gets it up to H's. H's in the corner now, fighting for it with probably Caption. These two dueling on the sideboards as Caption wins it and blasts it up for Theo. Sammy the Whale pushing it further. Panaman comes out of the net to clear it. HYJS hitting it up for Farabee, but it's stopped by the Orlando defense. Freedom managed to get it into the zone eventually before it comes back out. But these teams playing a lot in the neutral ice as Farabee does win a battle. Now to the slot. Farabee a shot. It's pinged away by Ben, and he's able to clear it to the bench. Looking for a line change here are most teams. Luke gets on the ice and hits it up to ZCDs. Brunlin's wide open in the slot. ZCDs takes a shot, and Panaman able to glove it. But Brunlin was all alone in the slot. Totally free. Brunlin now with the puck. Hits it to the middle. It's cleared away by Dicker. Good ping there. Luke back onto the attack as Shug takes it away from him. Shug up the boards. Now double teamed by the Storm, but he still gets it through one. Now trying to get it past Luke. Unable to do so. Luke hitting it behind the net. Fighting for it with Shug. Shug to the middle, and ZCDs is sitting in the perfect position. They try it again, and it's cleared away by Brunlin. Orlando is all over that pass from the corner. Luke now pass 2 to the middle. A shot saved by Panaman. The rebound sits in front. It's cleared by R&B. Brunlin blasts it back in, and it's cleared away by Dicker. Dicker up the side wall, and Brunlin takes it back now. R&B beats him to the puck, though. A shot goes well wide. R&B and Luke fighting for it now behind the net. Looking probably for a line change sometime soon, or both of these second lines, as Luke takes it away from R&B with a nice pullback. He blasts it up for Sammy the Whale. Now free is Theo on the wing, but Sammy unable to get it there as Shug takes it away. Shug, a nice pullback there on Sammy. Puck finds its way to the middle. Multiple players going for it as Philadelphia getting their line change in. Camper takes it back into the corner. He clears it up the boards. Probably captions in the middle for Theo. A shot. It's blocked by HYJS. Good block there as he heads back up the other way and into the Orlando Storm zone. Sammy the Whale drags it out in front. Risky play there, but HYJS unable to convert to the middle. Fairby, and he really wasn't ready for it and wasn't able to get a shot away. HYJS, a shot goes well wide. Freedom having a tough time hitting the net this period. They haven't registered a shot on goal yet. HYJS, nice pullback there. But he's unable to do anything with it as the puck leaves the zone. Back in go the Freedom again. Fairby loses sight of it as Sammy the Whale takes it away from him. Fighting for it in the corner is Ben and Fairby. HYJS comes over to help. He gets it to the slot, and Brunlin able to clear. Brunlin now moving it up. Trying to get it past Diego, but Dicker all over it. These two fight in the corner, and Dicker able to get it out. Luke comes over to help. Luke has a chance, and it's cleared away by HYJS. H is behind the net, trying to change there, but Luke is all over the puck and forechecking. Luke to the middle. Brunlin's there. It's cleared away by Diego. ZCDs and Dicker fight for it. ZCDs, nice pullback. A shot goes well wide. Panaman gets a stick on it anyways. Dicker hits it up for Shug. Shug wins it from Luke, but Luke is able to clear. Luke given a ton of space now. To the middle for ZCDs, but it's cleared away by Shug. Theo DePore now back on the ice for his probably final shift of the period. R&B to the middle. A shot, they score. Shug gets on the board, and Philadelphia is back within one.
Out of all the goal scorers, I did not expect Shug tonight. But he was one of their top goal scorers in the finals last season, scoring, I believe, 3 goals. And here he is again, opening their scoring sheet for the first time this season, Philadelphia. Only down by 1 now, at pretty much anyone's game now.
And for people watching in the TikTok, no, they're not AI. They are actual real humans. Do you want it again, Mason?
Yeah, I'll try. Let me know if it's bad. If it is, it's all right. Theo, Fairby, down central ice. Playing inside the Shug. Shug has a shot here, but Luke's going to block that one. And we're going to get an Orlando line stack for the remainder 30 seconds of this period. Fairby playing it inside, Shug nearly getting there, but Luke's going to be there quicker. Here's Luke, up to Theo. And Luke. Shug making some face, shot! Big save by Maybe, huge glove.
That was going in.
That was going in indeed, as Luke is going to try killing it out. Fairby trying to get inside. Sammy's not going to let him do so. And let's send it back to the desk. Hosted by Nick.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Second intermission now. 1 goal scored that period from the Freedom. Shug goal assisted by Arden B. The Freedom have definitely reeled in the shots a little bit more now. They've brought on more shots, but the Storm have brought it a little bit closer. I feel like that period, Orlando played a lot better. Seemingly a lot better, at least. They still got scored on, but they still played just better in general. Regardless, I'll let Missia get some mic time. His poor guy over there hasn't talked at all. So, I want to know what he thinks about this game.
Yeah, for sure. The Freedom, they've been struggling with most from what I've seen. would definitely be the slot passes. I mean, they haven't thrown it towards the slot at all. And that's mostly because of the Storm double coverage of the slot. So I feel as though they need to start taking their one-on-ones towards the corners. I mean, they haven't been doing much. Like, they haven't been trying to take it out the corners, trying to go for their quick angle shots. They haven't really been doing that. Maybe it's not in their bag. I'm not really sure myself. But they also have just not really been taught, sending towards the cross, like the passes in general. Just they haven't really been there. So they're just struggling offensively. But their defense has been fine, I feel. Anyways, I'll just send it over to AllahFresco.
Yeah, I agree with Misha there. Freedom are struggling a bit offensively. I feel like the big thing is hitting the net. There was a lot of shots that period that were well wide, and when they do hit the net, Mimi, it has generally been in the center of the net. I know that you saw that save from Mimi at the end of the period, but they're struggling a bit offensively in getting everything going. And they did score off of a slot pass, but like Misha said, the Orlando is all over the slot. They are like double covering it.
Yeah, no, they're really like just they're really covering a lot, and it's good for them though. I feel like, regardless, kind of blanked out a little bit there. My fault. About 20 seconds till puck drop, guys. I want to know: will the Storm hold this game on, or Sammy the Whale get a win?
Unlikely.
Sammy the Whale. Goal.
Sammy the Whale is winning this. There's no
Vibes
way.
are up
There's
in
no other way
Orlando.
around.
I'm actually kind of rooting for them. Guess we'll send it back up to Mason though. We'll find out.
Yep. H's and Theo on the puck drop. Theo. H is winning the draw. And H is trying to get some space. That's a big hit on Theo. And there's going to be no call on the play, surprisingly. That was a big hit from Theo. Sammy the Whale clearing it up, trying to get past H's. Sammy has a lot to do here. Plays it up to Theo. Theo trying to get it off Camper. Camper is going to be first there. Probably caption, playing it inside. Right up to Camper. Camper P3ing it down the boards, but Fairby was not reading, not on the same page, this Philadelphia team.
Yeah, it's been like that a couple of times.
Yep, maybe that's something we got to work on. But I'm surprised because these were line mates all last season. Here's Theo. Fairby going up the boards, trying to get past Caption. Caption, good defense there. And Theo playing it inside to nobody. Seems like no Orlando Storm was ready for that. Sammy's on the boards. Sammy probably got to come off at some point soon. He's running out of stamina. Here he is off now. Safe line change for the Orlando Storm. As Brunland comes on, taking his place. Brunland nearly getting his stick on the end of that one. And Shug going the other way. Shot. And it's going to hit off the post. And he misses the rebound. Just nearly for the Philadelphia Storm. Luke going the other way. Luke not going to let that one happen again. As Brunland. Shug. Nice move by Brunland there. Plays it up. Heavy pass. Luke. Yeah, I did mess up. Sorry, guys. All right. Brunland down the boards. Shug's going to go the other way, but Malong, nice back check from him there. And I believe that is Malong's first appearance for this game. I did not see him in the first or second period. Malong has an opportunity here, but plays a very heavy touch. Malong again, and Diego is not going to allow him any sort of room. Malong still on the puck. Brunland. Malong still on the puck, being annoying. Diego playing it down to central. Not really too sure what's going on in this neutral ice here. Sammy the Whale, P3ing it down the boards. Gets past Shug. Opportunity shot saved by Panda Man. And Sammy the Whale finds a 7th shot for the Storm. Trying to, get that dagger goal that Orlando would be very comfortable with. Sammy the Whale up against Camper. Gets past Camper. And can't do so. Sammy the Whale. Camper. Has a lot of room to work with here. Plays it down to H's. Theo is going to be first on it. Camper clearing it away. Camper here. Playing it down to H's. Probably caption. Plays it down the boards to Theo. Sammy the Whale here. Clears it away from Fairby. Orlando Storm still have a minute go to hold on to their 2-1 lead. Or can Philly break the ice? We'll have to see. Sammy the Whale getting past Farabee.
Ooh,
Plays the
good
next pass into Theo, but Theo could not get a stick on the end of that one for 3. H is playing it down. Camper, one-on-one shot saved by Mimi. H is couldn't get the rebound. As Philly just nearly getting these opportunities. And with a big game against Houston later, they got to be more careful. H is Brunlin clearing it down to Luke. Luke, opportunity here. Plays down the boards, trying to get past Camper. Luke stalling him as much time as he can.
Yeah, Freedom got to move it here.
Yeah, they do got to move it. They got 45 seconds to do so. Malone shoot, hits off Panda Man's leg. Orlando have to hold on now. H's can't get past Brunlin, but maybe does so. Brunlin playing a very dangerous pass, maybe being active, clearing that one away. Brunlin clearing it up. That was a huge play from Brunlin there as Farabee comes back on the ice for a final session.
They're pulling 4v3.
They are pulling 4v3 for the Philadelphia Freedom. And that's a huge clear by Brunlin again. He gets past Brunlin. Luke's going to be on the puck now. 10 seconds left in this game. Luke going all the way himself. And that's going to do it, I believe. Philadelphia Freedom lose their opening game to the Orlando. Congratulations to the Storm winning 2-1 in this game. Their newcomers, Sammy the... Wow. Action-packed game. And honestly, an unexpected result.
I had the score right, just not the team.
I feel like I know the shots were close and everything, but I feel like Philadelphia played the better game. They made a couple of mistakes that they shouldn't have, but I feel like in general they had more offensive momentum all game, whereas they just made a couple of crucial mistakes in the slot, and that's really what bit them. They got to figure out their shots before next game. There's been a couple times where their shot selection is interesting. Like, they got to start putting the puck into the corners and finishing some of these layup rebounds as well.
And let me say it, if you're going against the Houston Storm later, you cannot, not Houston Storm, Houston Bandits. I don't know why I said Houston Storm. If you're going against the Houston later, you cannot be making those same mistakes. But anyways, until then, we have another game for the Orlando Storm. Orlando Storm will be playing against the Milwaukee Muskies in about 10-15 minutes from now. We'll be back at the desk. And until then, we'll have a little bit of a break. And thank you guys all for tuning in for the first game of the evening.
Yo, Mason, your mic cuts out.
Yeah, I know. I don't know why. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
My mic peaks sometimes. You've seen it.
Shaken but not stirred. Just a lesson that I've learned. And so it goes. Tables turn in your own room. When I think about the way we used to be, when I think about the things we took up in the morning with someone new. I wanna do the things they say we shouldn't do. I wanna wake up in the morning with someone new. Live life like it's a prison, break the rules. I wanna wake up in the morning. trust the right. Don't have to be scary. You just gotta follow the light. You're able to be happy. You can do whatever you like. You don't have to be There's so many ways to be happy. You can do whatever you like. You don't have to be ready. You just gotta trust the right. Don't have to be scary. You just gotta follow the light. You're able to be happy. You can do whatever you like. You don't have to be Work is almost over, summer's getting closer. No time to be sober, sunshine on my shoulders. I'm alive and breathing, living my best life. Love is on my mind and it's making me high. I'm staying in this moment, though it's hard sometimes, but I work it out every once in a while. I feel the love, I feel it growing every day. I feel the love.
Welcome back, Blockey Sports Network. We're here for another game 2 of the night. We're here in Milwaukee for the Milwaukee Muskies home opener and BHL S25 opener against the Orlando Storm. The Orlando Storm just coming off a big win over the Cup reigning champion Philadelphia Freedom. I'm AllahFresco. I'm joined by my right by Misha and to my left by Softies here for a desk tonight. We got 5 minutes until game time, so let's dive into things. Misha, Milwaukee hasn't played yet, but give us an analysis on what you expect from this Milwaukee team tonight.
Yeah, I mean, they've been pretty solid. A big question for me would definitely be depth. I feel like as though there's not every single, like, I don't feel like this team is like very strong in terms of depth. I feel like some of these wingers, I mean, Jed V is very proven, I would say, last season, but apparently, if all things go right for them, usually Lampierre will be the one starting. So that's a big question mark in my opinion in terms of just, will he be able to do anything on the ice, or will it just be Stanvey carrying the whole line? You know what I'm saying? Also, I would also question defense. Obviously, Gorius, a very strong defender, one of the top defenders of all time, I would say. But this next defender would definitely, I'm pretty sure it's Ornex, just recently being unbanned from the league for having PEDs in his system. So, you know, it's a big question mark in terms of just complete depth. So I don't know. I feel as though Orlando Storm are going to be a big. They're gonna be a pretty big problem for them.
Yeah,
Send
absolutely.
over to Softies.
Good. Softies, you
You
got
want me
anything? You want
Um,
to go over Orlando? Did you watch the last game by chance?
I was watching the last game. I think Orlando came out really strong. I would say they got pretty lucky at times, but they were able to capitalize, and executing is really something that all teams need to do better. And Orlando made a good case on why they're still a competing team.
Yeah, let's dive into, I don't know, let's dive into the goaltending matchup. We've talked a lot about how the teams have played. Guys, what do we think? We have Mimi and Nixies in net for both teams. Both of them had a relatively rough first game versus the Cobras. both letting in 3 and 4 goals themselves. Mimi had a bit of a bounce back game with a good game last game, stopping 8 out of 9 shots. Either one of you, which goalie are you taking in this matchup tonight?
Yeah, I'm gonna be taking Mimi in this matchup. I mean, he just came off a very hot game. I mean, he's been saving every single slot pass. I mean, even some of these like open P3s, some breakaways as well. Like he looked great out there, and I feel as though Muskies hasn't had the time to just prove himself, because obviously he hasn't started yet. But you know, I feel as though in general, Mimi is the stronger goaltender. So I'm gonna be taking Mimi in this goalie matchup every time.
Softies, you got anything different or no?
I mean, I'd say the same thing as Missia. The only one thing I'd add is that, like he said, Mimi is the better goaltender, but it's also consistency. Muskies has been here for a long time. He's able to break stuff down, but overall, Mimi just plays, man. He knows what to do. He's been playing forever, and the guy just absolutely kicks ass.
Perfect. All right. We're getting closer to game time, about a minute 30 left, so let's jump into our predictions. Let's start on my right. Mistia, take your predictions for this game. You know, maybe give a quick shout out as well as not just your score.
Yeah, I'm going to be taking Orlando in a very close game here. I think it's going to go to OT even. So I'm going to say they're taking it in OT 2-1. I'll give, I guess, a shout out over to Sammy the Whale. Great play right there. I know you hate him, but I'll
Sammy the Whale OT winner. I like it. I like
Yep.
it. I like it. Softies, what do you think is going to happen here tonight in Milwaukee?
I think Orlando's going to take it home 3-0. And I'm going to give my shout out to Luke, because he just deserves it completely.
Think he's going to have a big game, big second game. He didn't have the biggest first game of the night. Not too much on the scoreboard in game 1 of the night.
I'd argue that Luke is keeping his team afloat. He's playing with 2 of the worst players, you could say, on his line. And, yeah.
Yeah, all right. I'm gonna oppose everyone because that's what I do. I'm a contrarian, as somebody would say. So I'm gonna take the Milwaukee Muskies to get on the board, get their first victory. The Orlando Storm just won their first game of the year, so I'm gonna take Milwaukee to win this one. I think I'm gonna go a close game. I think I'm gonna take 3-2, and I'm gonna take Stan V to get the overtime winner for the Milwaukee Muskies. So that'll do it for the pregame show. We'll send it up to the broadcasting booth as the game is about to begin. Softies, take it away.
All right. 15 seconds until puck drop. We'll see Jed V and probably Caption take the face-off with this Orlando line, changing it up with ZCDS not starting this game. Probably Caption P3 early. Save Nix's. That will surely boost his confidence there. It'll be in the Milwaukee zone. Probably Caption and Luke are obviously probably the better players on this line, with G-Bot recently being acquired. FOV. And another puck drop here. Probably Caption looking to get it back for his teammate Luke. But Baba Bobo or McElroy will bring it up the boards. Blocked by probably Caption. Gorius will try to send it up. Nothing there. Gorius sends it up once more to Luke. Luke bringing it back up. P3 to G-Bot. G-Bot looking for a pass out, but Gorius will bring it up. Back into the zone by Luke. G-Bot looking for a pass out of the corner. P3s. But Baba Bobo will be there to collect. He'll bring it up. Looking for a pass. Jet V. P3. Save Mimi. Standing strong in his net. Wow. 2 good starts for both goalies as Luke will bring it up. You know, he's going to be the person that holds the puck most of the time for his team. And that just comes from a trust thing. He doesn't trust his teammates as much. So he will probably be the one to take it around the ice. Brunland, Sammy the Whale now on with Molong to accompany them. Brunland, you know, he sure plays his role. He's more of the stand wide open, look for the P3, while Sammy the Whale will be more of the puck controller for this line. And as we see this, Stan V, sort of the star of his team, definitely the puck scorer, will look to get it out of the corner. Sammy the Whale brings it past Stan V, blocked by ohLuvv. Back to Stan V. Stan V looking for it, but Molong has it. Molong blocked by ohLuvv and Stan V. Brunlin narrowly misses, but he'll get a shot off, but saved by Nixes. Almost opening it up for Orlando, but just isn't able to capitalize there.
Brunlin always finds a nose for the net. That's his one thing.
P3 by Luke, but he'll bring it back out off of the rebound, and that'll be offsides.
Yeah. Orlando mixing up their lines, trying to get this in real quick. No Theo Tapor this game, so they mixed it up. Luke's on the first line now. Sammy the Whale on the second line. Things look different for Orlando.
Yeah, definitely a lot of line changes here. We'll see what that does for them and their, confidence. Easy glove there by Mimi, as Luke will now stay on. He bringing it up. Middle, blocked away by Luke. P3, save Mimi. As Luke will bring it up past Baba Bobo. Looking for probably caption, but he'll send it to the boards. Probably caption in the corner. But Gorius will bring it out. P3 almost narrowly misses a easy shot in front of the net there. G-Bot. Now probably caption P3. Too slow, and that'll be an easy save for Nixes. Probably cap.
Not enough gas on that one at all.
Option on the board. Pressure by Baba Bobo.
Oh.
Whoa. Gorius. P3 out. Looking for Brunlin. Stan V is now bringing it up the ice. P3 save, Mimi. Another save to boost his confidence. I don't want to jinx him, but I really don't know how many more he has in him. But he is the GOAT. Brunlin looking for a P3. ohLuvv on Brunlin. ohLuvv makes his way past, but hit back into the zone. Stan V up the ice. Nope. As we'll see a bunch of fiddling around. But now it's in the middle. Blocked away by ohLuvv with Lamp Pierre on now. Lamp will send it middle for Stan. P3 save! Mimi! Holy crap! Stan V is one of the greatest shooters I've played with. And to miss that is just... wow. Mimi is just standing absolutely tall in his net, and he's just getting everything. Stan V is a known shooter. As he brings it behind his net, he'll look for a pass up to Gorius as he'll get off the ice. Gorius looking for a shot, blocked away by Sammy the Whale. Sammy the Whale in the corner. Sammy the Whale and Gorius are obviously two of the better players on the ice right now. So we'll look for action. Never mind. As Luke will come in with Sammy the Whale finishing his time on the ice. Luke behind his net. Maybe looking for a shot here to end the period. But it looks like they'll stall it out as Jed V and Brunlin will fight for it out. And that will end the period as we'll send it right back up to the desk.
Give me a second. A little rusty on this, but we're back. First intermission. I believe it is 0-0 after one period of play. Shots 5-4 for Milwaukee. Let's get your thoughts on how this period went. Mischief, starting with you, what did you see from both of these teams?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I feel as though Milwaukee's shots have been very strong. I mean, obviously for that last shot. We saw it in the slot, Stanley, right into the middle of the goalie's chest. I mean, just a great save in general, but also a difficult shot. I mean, that shot is contested. There was a guy guarding it, but obviously not good enough. But I feel as though Milwaukee, what they're struggling with most is getting the puck into the net. I mean, I've seen some great chances. I mean, Jed V, great example. He has had some 5-hole passes coming out from Gorius and just one-timing it onto the net, but great saves coming out from the goaltender. So I feel as though as long as they keep up this rhythm, they will find a shot. I mean, they have 5 shots already, so it's like eventually they'll see, you know. Anyways, moving over to softies.
You know, that was a lot from either team. Really good performances from either goalie. Mimi has, you know, made some standout saves with some just absolute aura saves, you could say. Passes in just will not find its way into the net from anybody, it seems. I'm really hoping here in the second quarter that we'll see Luke be able to capitalize on a goal, you know, with his line kind of dragging him down. We don't know, so I think it'll all rest in nobody else but Sammy the Whale to close this game for Orlando.
All right, we'll send it back down to the ice level for your second period.
Yes. And this will come back on. Puck drop. Back to Luke. Looking for G-Bot as they look for a little passing play there to start the period. But nothing. Gorius bringing in a pass. He'll pass it to Jed V. Nothing. Luke bringing it up the ice. But Gorius will deflect it away. Gorius really contesting Luke here on this first line. He will be the reason that Luke might not find the net this game. Gorius sends it up. P3.
Ooh.
Blocks. Mimi again. Jed V. Man, this guy just can't let anything in this game. Luke looking for it out of the corner to put less pressure on Mimi. P3's it up. Baba Bobo bringing it back in. Baba Bobo sends it up. Lots of line changes here to send on the second line for either team. As Stan V will have it behind his net. Bringing it up past Brunlin. P3's it to Lamp. Lamp. Back to Ordex. P3's it to Stan V. But Molong will have it on the boards. Looking for a slot pass here. Save Nixes! As it almost slides by for an easy goal. As we'll see the puck in the Milwaukee zone. Molong trying to keep it in. He'll look for a slot pass, but Stan V is there to bring it out. Stan V looking for Lamp. Oh, inverse curve there, but Brunlin will be able to knock it out. Brings it back into the zone. Stan V bringing it out of his zone. Looking for a pass. All right, Lamp here. Bringing it out of the corner. Gorius hits it back in. Slot pass.
Oh.
Save, Nixes.
Man,
Another
both these-
save.
Both these goalies are standing on their head right now. I mean, there's been multiple chances that have gone cross crease across the net, and both goalies are up to the task.
Puck drop once again in the Milwaukee zone. Missed P3 by G-Bot. Gorius will bring it up. Nothing there. G-Bot again with the puck on the boards. G-Bot. Luke, bring it up. The puck will come into Orlando zone once again, but Luke will be able to bring it out in short time. G-Bot in the corner, looking for a pass, but Gorius is there. Gorius has
Ooh.
been able to contest almost everything
Ugh.
here in this game.
Man, Jed V almost potting one there on a breakaway. Just couldn't get enough space.
No, I mean, he's had some
Ooh.
opportunities. P3 save, sliding. Oh my gosh. And both goalies here with a shutout. Oh, I
Oh, he
shouldn't have
jinxed
said
it.
that.
He jinxed it. Oh, it's
I
over
shouldn't
now.
have said that.
Someone's cooked. Give it 10 to 15.
Yeah. All right, Mo Long with the puck here. Pass from Luke as Luke will come off. Stan V bringing it behind his net to let his teammates switch off.
Ooh, interesting pass.
P3, Brunlin looking for the tap in, but save Nix's in short time. What?
Yeah, it was
He's
offside. It was
offside.
offside, yeah. That didn't clear the zone. Brumman shot it in.
All right. And Mo Long for with Sammy the Whale and Brunlin with a minute 30 left to try to put some confidence in for this second to last period of the game. Sammy the Whale looking up for Brunlin. Brunlin. Oh, Stan V will clear that pass before it ever gets a chance.
Good
Stan V.
defense.
Amazing defense from Stan V. As him and Gorius are just two phenomenal players for this Milwaukee team. It really is, like you said, the depth of the teams. Stan V looking for a curve, blocked away by Brunlin. He's there to save his goalie the save. Stan V looking for it out of the corner. Blocked away by Sammy the Whale. Sammy the Whale, again, behind his goal. Will give it away to Stan V, who will try to bring it in once again. Sammy the Whale, in the corner. 25 seconds remaining. He'll look to bring it out. P3's it up. Baba Bobo's there. Baba Bobo. 15 seconds remaining. Has it behind Orlando's net. Could do something here to end it. Probably caption. Oh, block there, Mimi.
Great save.
Oh my gosh. Stan V with the last shot of the period, and that'll be it. Back up to the desk.
All right, welcome back to the second period intermission desk. Still 0-0, no scoring so far. There's been a couple of close chances. I know, Softies, you commentated that entire period, but let's start off with you this period. What are your thoughts on how both teams played?
I mean, it was just absolutely lights out from either goalie. I know I jinxed it there in that second period, but, you know, I don't think these goalies even care at this point. They are just playing their absolute asses off between the pipes, and I think, you know, this could go to OT pretty easily for either team, and it could go either way. I don't see either of these goalies messing up soon, but, you know, it'll happen eventually, just naturally with the level of scoring talent on either team with Stan V, Sammy the Whale, Luke. They all could end it here, but you never know.
Yeah, and heading over to Misha, your prediction's looking pretty good right now. What are
Yeah.
your thoughts?
I mean, as I said, this was definitely going to OT in my opinion. I would say what I'm just not seeing enough of is neutral ice P3s, or just in general any types of passes in the neutral ice. They've been looking for these slot passes, but clearly they aren't able to put it. They're not able to put it behind the net, you know, put it back in the net. God, I can't speak. Anyways, you know, they haven't been able to, you know, stuff it in. So I mean, I feel as though these guys need to start passing more towards the neutral ice and look for those open P3s towards the cross. Clearly, that is what will, you know, get them back into this game, either side. And also, I feel as though these superstars just need to step it up. I don't know. Haven't seen a lot out of Sammy the Whale, nor have I seen a lot out of Stan V. Stan V's probably just missing that touch that he had last season. I don't know. Something's up. And it's just, not only is the depth not doing much, it's just the superstars.
All right, we'll send it back down to ice level for your third period. It'll probably be it for us this game, but we'll see.
We will. All right, puck drop here, 5 seconds. Luke and Gorius back on the ice. Back to Luke. Passing play, probably caption, save, Nixes.
Damn,
Oh
man.
my gosh.
It's a
These
goalie
guys
clinic.
are raw. It really is. As Gorius will bring it up. Luke bringing it back, trying to bring it back out of his zone. Luke bringing it up. Pass Gorius. 5-hole pass there, but nobody is there to receive it. Baba Bobo on the boards with Luke. Luke sends it pass. P3 up by Luke to Gorius, but nothing. Luke back up again. Oh, amazing pass, but blocked there by Jed V. Luke again, controlling this puck for his team. I don't think anybody on Orlando has really save Mimi.
2 big saves there from Mimi.
I mean, he's just been able to guard every single rebound, every slot pass that has actually landed, and it's just, like you said, a goalie clinic. Stan V sending it middle to Lamp, but Molong is there to clamp him down. Molong sending it up, but Ordex to hit it back into the Orlando zone. Lamp on the boards. Stan V bringing it up on the boards. Pass there, but too far for Lamp. And Brunlin will give it to Sammy the Whale in the corner. Sammy the Whale P3s it up. Brunlin and Stan V fighting for it. Stan V P3's up, but Brunlin is there to block it, to keep it in the Milwaukee zone. But Stan V will bring it out. Too far hit. And that'll get pushed up back to Brunlin. Brunlin and Molong looking a little bunched here, but it's working. Oh, ping there by Sammy the Whale to save another shot. Ordex fighting for it on the boards. P3 up by Lampier. Lampier trying to look to get a line change, but he looks to have frozen. Sammy the Whale almost there. Little miscommunication from the Milwaukee bench as they're trying to figure out what was happening to Lamp.
Yeah, almost costed them a goal. It almost.
I could have seen it being a penalty. Narrowly. Mimi again, save. Gorius looking to put it middle.
He read Bababoa there. He was far side the entire time. Near side was wide open, and Bababoa just shot it right into his chest.
I mean, yeah, Mimi is playing absolutely lights out, confident, and man, it's been like all the goal scorers for these teams have just been a deer in headlights. Luke looking to bring it out of the corner. 1:50 left in the period, and we'll see 0-0. Pass to the middle, sliding, blocking that shot chance from ever happening. And Luke will bring it out of the corner, looking for a slot pass. Nothing. Gorius bringing it out of his zone. Pull back by Luke. Luke looking for something to close out his shift. As the substitutions for line changing will now start to commence. Molong will have it. Brunlin, open P3, shot, save! And the rebound is saved once again by Ordex. Brunlin behind Milwaukee net. Ordex now to close this last minute and a half. Save! Nixes! As he goes for the Michigan.
Oh my god, that would have been insane if Brunlin scored that.
That would have been top 10 things I never thought would happen.
Yeah, Brunlin not
shot
P3.
besides a P3.
Yeah.
Yeah. Stan V to P3 it up for Lamp. Lamp looking for a pass.
Oh,
Locked
not enough
away.
juice. They had Ordex open. He just didn't get the red P3 across.
Nope. And Brunlin looking for a P3 pass to Molong, but Nixes will poke check that away. Stan V on the boards. 30 seconds remain. Stan V will walk past the puck looking for a pass back, but Ordex will have it on the post. Brunlin narrowly gets a little bit of accidental post abuse, but he will not be able to tap that one in. Pass to Lamp. Nothing. 5 seconds almost remain here. I think Sammy the Whale will try to just time waste this. Yep. And we'll go to OT. Back up to the desk.
All right. We are back for overtime. Not expected to be here, but pretty exciting game. It is still 0-0. These goaltenders are putting on an absolute clinic. I'll start things off. I haven't really gotten my say in things, but I think Stan V has been the best player on the ice, contrary to popular belief, but the Orlando Storm are doing a fantastic job at double teaming him. When he has the puck, there are always two people on him, and it has opened up passing lanes, but Stan V has not been able to get a pass across to his teammates. And both these goalies playing electric. Guys, any thoughts outside of that?
No, I mean, these goalies are just lights out. It'll be put into the hands of the superstars and their passes to their depth players to try to end this game here in OT. But it's been pretty even. Has been some stir on either side shot-wise, but, you know, these goalies, like I said, lights out, goalie clinic.
Mishy, any thoughts?
My mic is okay. Anyways, yeah, I would definitely agree. These goalies have been incredible the whole night. I mean, you can't really go against 11 shots, 9 shots, shutouts. I mean, incredible work from them both. But eventually, you start to realize, have these shots really have they been that good? I mean, there was one point Mimi completely read Baba Bobo going far side, and he just shot it right into Mimi. So I mean, maybe with the these players aren't really like accustomed to BHL level goaltending, so you start to realize maybe it's just a skater issue,
All right, real quick, who's winning this game? Softies with you.
I'll give it to Milwaukee. I think Stan V's going to be able to close this one out, even though I originally had Orlando.
All right, I'm going to take Milwaukee as well. Mischi's got Orlando, and me and Softies have Milwaukee, and we'll figure out who is going to win this game, maybe. Maybe it'll go to double OT. Who knows?
All right, puck drop here. Stan V to start it out. Stan V with the puck. Looking for something early. Hit away. Oridex will fight for it up the boards with Molong. Stan V sends it back up to Oridex. Molong looking for the pullback, but Stan V clamps that up. Stan V, pull back off the boards. He's doing some mechs here in the back. Looking for a way past Molong. Pass to Lamp. P3 save! And it'll keep Orlando alive. And Orlando just needs to find a shot to boost their confidence here in OT. As they start their second line here, I think. Yes.
Yeah.
I think both teams started their second line. As Sammy the Whale, P3's it up to Molong. Another P3, easy save by Nixes. Stan V on the boards. Stan V behind his net. Shifted by Brunlin, as Brunlin will fight with Stan V. P3 save! As Luke will look to cause some... Oh, offsides. Like I said, Luke coming on is now a sign that not much will happen here. Luke and Gorius have both been playing really defensive, and these depth players have not been able to strike at all. Probably caption, looking for a shot. Blocked away by Jed V. Gorius will send one up for Jed V. Jed V will look for a shot, blocked away by probably caption. Jed V looking for a slot pass. Behind the Orlando net, Luke will have it. Fighting with Jed V. Luke will send it up. P3 back into the zone. But Luke will send it to the boards. P3ing it back up to Gorius. Probably caption will block that. Gorius scooping, bringing it back up into the zone. Jed V looking. Nothing there. Luke and Jed V fighting for it behind the net. Pass into the open ice. What happened there? I don't know.
Yeah, you pinged it away.
Yeah. Crazy ping there. Another shot opportunity from Milwaukee as they'll start to put some pressure on Mimi in this Orlando defense. Probably caption trying to bring it up past Gorius, but put back into Luke's hands once again. Luke has had to play completely defensive for this whole period, and it looks like it'll remain that way. Probably caption bringing it up. Gorius behind the net. Misses the P3 up. But he'll go the other way, and P3 it exactly where he wanted to. P3
Pass.
to Stan V.
No juice.
No juice at all. As Stan V looking for a shot. Blocked away by Molong. Lampier. Shot! Save! Save,
My goodness
Mimi!
gracious.
Oh my god,
guys-
that could have ended it right there.
You guys are on a
Stan
clinic,
V.
man.
Man. Oh, save! Nixus! Holy crap. 14 and 12 saves, respectively. This might
Incredible.
be one of the best goalie clinics of all time. Pass out to Brunlin. Nothing there. Lamp bringing it up. Nothing. Brunlin looking to bring it up as well. Sending it middle. Molong. P3's it to the boards. Molong looking middle. Blocked away by Stan V. Minute and a half remaining almost in this OT period. Brunlin looking for a P3 shot. Wide of the net. Oridex collecting behind his net. Looking for a P3 up maybe. P3 up to Stan V. Sammy the Whale with it though. He'll drive past Stan V. 5 pulling it around. Brunlin shot. Wide of the net again. Putting pressure on Nix's though. It's what Orlando needed and what was lacking in the first line of Orlando. Luke looking up. But Baba Bobo will keep it in the Orlando zone. Baba Bobo looking for a shot. But he will fold and Milwaukee will be forced to go right back on defense. Luke, opportunity to pass. Blocked away by Baba Bobo. G-Bot, one of the weaker players, but you know, this game rests on all of the depth players right now. As you know, they really need to show up for their teams. Goriest and Luke fighting for it. Luke will narrowly hit it away from Goriest as he has it and tries to bring it in front of the net. In front of the net, Jed V once again not able to capitalize. Sammy the Whale in the corner. Pass Goriest. Gives it to Luke. Luke P3 to Stan V though. Stan V will now have it. Sammy the Whale in front of the goalie. Shot! Goal! Sammy the Whale! Off some miscommunication. Nobody knew who had the puck, and that will be put past Nix's. Wow.
Hey, let me tell you, I predicted that.
And Missio will come out on top with the predictions. Wow.
Incredible.
Like I said earlier in the game, Sammy the Whale is going to be the one to end it. And obviously, even though I went back on it, that original prediction was correct, because this guy, Sammy the Whale, wow.
Yeah, he had been
Electric.
quiet all night, man. He had been quiet absolutely all night. He hadn't really been doing much. He's just been playing some dump and chase and calling it a day on defense. I mean, finally he goes up and he just gets the game winner just like that. Incredible. Incredible from the superstar himself. And some might start to wonder, as you know, maybe Calgary lost the trade, but I won't speak on that because I'm the GM. So nice.
You
All right.
guys lost horrifically.
Okay. All right. All right. Anyways, that will do it for that game. I'm not really. You got this, Softies?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That game will end 1-0 in Orlando's fashion, and you know, goalie clinic there. You got anything to close out the game, AllahFresco?
He's not here.
Oh, he's gone.
Yep, Fresco gone.
Oh, well.
But anyways, we have our next game in about 15 minutes time between the Philadelphia Freedom, who played last game and is going to be coming off a loss, up against the upcoming Houston Bandits. Yep. And we'll see you guys in about 10 minutes for next desk.
Goodbye.
I just couldn't think of the Bandits. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to our final game of the night here at the Blockey Sports Network. Should have a good one here. Houston Bandits versus the Philadelphia Freedom. Bandits playing their first game of the season tonight. Freedom playing their second game of the night. Came off a 2-1 loss to Orlando in the first game of the night. Hoping to rebound here, but me personally, I hope not. That's actually my team playing the Houston Bandits. They're without me tonight. I made an oopsie and I got suspended, guys. So I'm basically like a convicted felon. There's a convicted felon on the stage right now, and that really says a lot about the state of our league. Regardless, I'm joined on desk here tonight by Softies, Mason, and Sammy. Oh, man. Sammy the Whale. Recent overtime here in our last game, but should be a good one tonight. I won't talk about my team too much. I'll let Sammy the Whale get some insight in about this game coming up.
Yeah, Freedom just lost to my team earlier today, a 2-1 loss. I think they're missing Top Rage's again because he did an oopsie, got suspended, and that's a big loss for this Freedom team because he's a very good creative player for this team, and he's also a really good defensive player. So not having him on the team is a big loss for them here. And then on the other side, we got the Bandits, who I think their last 2 seasons have been kind of mad. They've been okay at best, but I feel like this season they actually have a good chance to go far. They've done well building their team. They got Rob, who's a very good scorer, and I feel like that solves their main issue that they've had like these past few seasons of scoring goals. And they've also got this guy here, Nick, who game on the line. I do want Connect Nia on the line on the ice. So when he gets back on the team, I feel like this Houston team is looking very good for the season. So I'll be interested to see how they look in their first game.
Definitely agree. Obviously, they're missing me, so take everything with a grain of salt. I am obviously, the most important piece of this team. I'll let Softies get some words of wisdom in about this game coming up.
I think Philadelphia coming off that loss is just going to be kind of beaten down. They obviously have a few key players that they're missing. They're starting some players that you would have never thought to have ever touched ice again. And I don't really see a world where Houston loses this game. I mean, yeah.
I agree. I feel like the Bandits, even without me tonight, they still have a pretty deep team, pretty good depth. I know we are missing quite a few of our depth pieces. Quake TFA not here. We're starting rookie Jamo 912. I believe he was the 3rd overall pick, 2nd overall pick. It was up there for sure. He'll be getting some ice tonight. It's a very familiar name to a player I used to play with. I think somebody along the lines of Jam. Oh wait, I don't know. Former legend of the sport. But we have some more time still, so I might as well let Mason get in his flowers, his words about this game.
Personally, I believe there's going to be a clean sweep for Houston. I have no faith in this Philadelphia team without Top Rages. I was actually just talking to Griffin before. He said that he's very demotivated this season after his cup win. And, I mean, Nick, how would you guys say you guys have been at scrims recently? Okay, good talk.
Sometimes, sometimes I forget, and sometimes I'm just not there too often, but if I had to lie about it, I'd say we'd look pretty good in scrims. The scrims we played earlier, I was playing on the same line as Robe on the wing. So as you can tell, totally real scrims, not troll scrims at all. But we looked pretty good. I'd say this team's about ready. I actually rubbed Tucker's shiny bald head 3 times tonight for a Houston win. Looking for good luck here tonight. and I really hope it happens. But let's get to some predictions now. We'll start with Softies on the side, who has gotten out of his seat to go engage with the French Canadian who's wandering around. I would also be very scared of that.
Oh, I was gonna leave, but I can.
No, you got to get your predictions in. It's very important.
I'll give Houston the win. I'll give them 4 goals to Philly's 2.
All right, Mason.
High scoring.
I got Houston 4-1, Philly.
I got Houston 3-1, and Sammy the Whale.
I think a Houston 3-0 win.
All right. Well, that's about all the time we have for On the Desk. We will see you again during the first intermission, but I'm going to send it back up to Mason now for our commentary. Sam will be our color commentary, and I will be between the benches doing the hard work.
Yeah, you don't do anything, buddy.
Yeah, well, I can't say what I was going to say.
We got the French Canadian in the middle. We got Robe on the right, Farabee on the left. And we're about to get this party started in Houston. Houston been scrimming a lot, practicing a lot. I have a lot of high hopes for this team. I believe they can be the #1 league. But will they show it tonight? Let's see if Robe wins the draw. Farabee takes it off of him. Trying to get past Siffin, who I believe will be the D-man for this first line of Houston. Farabee cuts inside, shot! Saved by Chokington, huge save to start off the game. As Farabee couldn't get his stick into that one. Now in the trenches as Rob has an open one-on-one, and he's going to put that in the back of the net every single day. Panda Man has no chance. Not too sure what Camper was doing there, but Robe is going to be taking advantage of that every single game, every single day.
Yeah, I was gonna say that was a unorthodox mistake there from Campo, who's normally a reliable defender. He just kind of shifted and gave Rob a wide open lane to the middle, and Rob, a known lethal finisher in the league, is just gonna P3 past Panda Man. I feel like that was a very preventable goal, but you know, Rob's just gonna take those.
And guys,
Yeah.
I'm between the benches right now, celebrating with my team. Very happy about that goal here. I mean, that's what Robe does best. P3ing. He loves shooting those P3s, and I'm glad one went in. No, let's go, guys! Woo!
And Robe starting off hot, off that face-off again. Siffin playing it down the middle, over to Jammo. Jammo, opportunity shot! Saved by Panda Man. Nice glove from him. Jammo putting it inside, but Panda Man's going to clear that one away. Camper can't make another one of those errors in this game. Houston's a hard team to get by as Robe takes the puck down the boards, plays it inside. Jammo shot, saved by Panda Man. This Houston team looks like they're on fire right now. Frumpy Bear on the ice for the first time for Houston this season, and that's going to be a delayed penalty, I believe, against Philadelphia Freedom. Big hit and trip on the ice.
Actually, wasn't sure who made that hit there. I mean, it was like Frumpy Bear going on. I guess it was Griffin. Frumpy Bear taking that to the middle, and then I guess he just got smacked there. So
Yeah, that is going to be a penalty against Griffin, who's going to take a 30-second break as this Houston team has their first power play of this season. ohLuvv loses the draw to Shug. ohLuvv, shot opportunity, takes a shot. Arden B's going to block it. Takes another shot, rebounded, but Panda Man makes a better save. Frumpy Bear puts a shot inside. That's not going to go anywhere. Lids taking his time, plays a horrible pass to ohLuvv, very, very far. Makes you wonder, what does this guy even do? Don't know. Here's a Shug killing the penalty, and that's going to do it. Philadelphia are back to even strength. 3-on-3, ohLuvv putting a... It's not going to go anywhere. Frumpy Bear still in the slot. Panda Man clearing it away to Arden B. Arden B passes it inside. Very dangerous pass, but Shug comes out on top with it. ohLuvv shot. Panda Man's just going to kick that one to the corner to his teammate Diego. Frumpy Bear nearly getting a shot there, but Arden B, good defensive effort. Shug couldn't get a stick on out of that. Arden B now, but huge defensive effort by Frumpy Bear, who's going to stay on the puck, going down the board. Shug booting it up. Lids playing it back down to Diego. And that's going to be another delayed penalty. And I believe that is going to be against Houston this time.
I think that was a too many men. Yeah, it was a too many men. I did see like 4 people on the ice there for Houston. They were all jumping for joy on the bench, looking to get on the ice, but somebody a bit too eager to get out there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm here by the benches, guys. Again, lots of chatter going on in the Houston benches. A lot of big miscommunications there, obviously. But right now, I think I hear Tucker yelling at his team, saying, "Guys, it's all right. It's okay. We're up by 1. You got mine," or something like that. I don't know. All I see is Tucker's bald head, and I really can't focus down here, guys.
And that's gonna be a playable and dead. That's gonna be an FOV.
And now Tucker is yelling at Robe, saying, "Rob, you effing idiot! What are you doing?"
Yo, relax. Anyway, Siffin on the draw. Wins the face-off. Fairby's gonna back up. Camper now. As both his teammates to the right. Rob is gonna take advantage of that one first. Nick, 1-1-1. Former teammates with Rob last season on the Orlando Storm. Nick taking it by himself. Camper playing it down the Nick. Siffin playing it back down the boards. Camper back right down, and that's going to be a beautiful penalty kill by this team as nearly has an opportunity going the other way, but that's going to be a big back check from, I believe, that was Nick. Had a few good performances last season, but fortunately fell short in the playoffs. Jamo on the puck now. Fairby comes out on top with it. Going the other way. Robert opens up an opportunity for himself, but could not get the... As Panaman nearly lucks out there. Fairby plays it across to Camper. Siffin now taking the puck behind. Touch farmer of all time. Look at this guy. Gets clamped up by Shug Shug in a very dangerous spot, but Jamo's going to clear that away. And Shug Shug again. And Chokington's going to come out with that one on top. Very active goaltending from both these goalies. Shug Shug shot, saved by Chokington. Rebound, save again by Chokington. And that's going to be a huge glove by Chokington. Choke doing an incredible job, doing it what he's known for. Being the best goalie of all time in the BHL. Shug Shug shot, blocked by ohLuvv. Diego playing it inside, has Arden B. Chug all the way out of his net, but no shot was put into the net or even on target there, I believe. As I believe Houston are getting a little lucky there. Diego putting it inside, but Frumpy Bear, nice ping, plays it out wide to ohLuvv. ohLuvv back to Frumpy Bear, but Arden B is going to be on top of that one. Cutting off that pass, nice interception. Diego booting it up to Arden B. Arden B can't get past ohLuvv. And with 30 seconds left, it looks like Houston are going to be getting the final few opportunities on the offensive end. Unless Shug Shug has something to say about it. And Rob's nice back check. Gets past Shug. ohLuvv with Rob in the middle. Arden B trying to make something happen, but Rob's going to take it off of him. With 10 seconds left, both these teams probably just want to hold on to their leads. And Rob, opportunity saved by Pentaman! Incredible save! Philadelphia are so lucky to only be 1 goal down. But let's send it back to the desk with Konechny and co.
Welcome back, everybody. First intermission. 1 goal scored by Houston. Robe. Great shot by him. Shots are 7-4 in Houston's favor as well. Absolutely just dominating offensively here. Started out all Houston. Near the end there, Philadelphia got a couple of good chances. Feel like some of the saves were a little stat padded just from Chokington gloving it up. And then Houston coming up strong in the final seconds of that period. But all around, Houston's playing very well. Is what what I expected just about. Robe doing most of the offensive heavy lifting. Jamo, though, I want to talk about him real quick. Looks really good. I won't lie. Rookie coming in, playing pretty well. Like pretty really well. Had a couple of chances. You can see a little bit of hesitation in his plays, though. Obviously, rookie, first ever game, just drafted. Obviously going to have some of the nerves, but, if he keeps getting chances, he'll shake off those nerves maybe later in the season. Regardless, seems like we're only 3 people on the desk now. I'll send it over to Sammy the Whale for his thoughts on that period.
Yeah, Houston started off that game really well. Rob doing what he does best and just scoring nice P3 goals. This Houston team, I think their first line matchup, they're doing really well. Camper's playing a little bit shaky right now. He's making mistakes that, I wasn't really seeing from him last season in this championship win with this team. But on the other hand, I feel like this Philly second line has a chance against this Houston second line. Shug's doing really well to be a presence up top. He's getting a few shots off, getting really good slot passes from him as well, just causing a lot of chaos back there. So I feel like if Philly want any chance, they're gonna have to maybe lock down a bit more on that first line and just get a chance and tuck one of those away on that second line.
Definitely agree. Houston's second line seems a little bit weak. It's almost like they kind of need a second liner right about now. I just don't know where one could be. Don't know what could have done. But
Shut up, man.
can you please be respectful on the desk, please? I don't appreciate the interruption. It seems like both teams are just missing second liners today. Regardless, I'm gonna send it unfortunately back up to Mason for the second period commentary. Sammy Whale, obviously color commentating, and I will be between the benches.
Sending it back up to the better slime puck player as we go to this puck drop. Robbie up against Farabee on the draw. Robbie. Going down the boards. The winner is standing right in front of the camera. Robbie shot saved by Panda Man. As the referee was in the way of the camera there, but he's Farabee. Going down the other way. Siffin clears that one away, takes it off of him. Robbie trying to get a shot off, but that's going to be blocked by Camper. Siffin over to Gemmo. Gemmo's going to P3 it down the boards. Trying to make some space. Camper over to Nick. And Siffin's going to be the first to recover this puck. Plays it back down to Robbie. Gemmo. Camper gonna get past Siffin. Choke's gonna come out of his net there. Camper opportunity, but can't do so. Robbie, another chance. Tries to get past Panda Man, but Panda Man predicts him right as Robbie is getting stuffed on these one-on-ones by Panda Man past that first one that he had in the opening 30 seconds of the game. Lids down the Robbie, and that's gonna be a big clamp by Camper as these teams are about to be line changing for their second lines. Lids playing it to nobody. Not too sure what he was doing there. ohLuvv shot saved by Panda Man, and he's gonna clear that one back to the corner. ohLuvv playing it back inside. ohLuvv still on it. Shug boots it down. Shug plays to R&B. Back to Shug. Both these teams bunching up, or Philadelphia bunching up a little bit. That's what I meant to say. And ohLuvv gonna be the first to recover that puck. Lots of filling each other out still. Both these teams not really wanting to take that huge risky play. ohLuvv trying to find Frumpy Bear on the wide side, does so. Frumpy Bear opportunity, and Panamec comes out of his net. Blocked every angle possible for Frumpy Bear. As R2B cuts inside, shot, saved by Chokington, perfectly read by the veteran. Diego comes in for a P3 himself, but couldn't get past Arden, or I believe that was Lids. Diego plays it out wide to ohLuvv. ohLuvv, not too sure what the puck was, what he's doing with that one. Frumpy Bear on the puck now. Trying to get past Diego. A little slow on the puck right now, but it's okay. Frumpy Bear plays inside the Robbie. Shot! Saved by Panda Man on the doorstep. Panda Man showing a lot more like himself in this game than he did in the first game. Not letting anything get past him. It's exactly what he did in the grand finals last season against the Calgary Wings. And R2B is back on the ice. And that is going to be an FOV against Philadelphia Freedom, so Farabee cannot take the draw. Camper back on the ice. Robbie cuts inside, shot, saved by Panda Man, who was on top of that. Incredible reaction time from Panda Man. Robbie, opportunity again, and he's going to take a bit of a heavy touch there. And Philadelphia really need to be careful. Farabee the other way, shot, breaks the back of the net. We have a tied game at 1-1. Farabee opening his score sheet for this season.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to say anything, but Siffin defense. That's all that really needs to be said there. You know, a good play from Griffin to shake Rob in the corner and gets it out. Nobody really presses him until late. Griffin with a nice curve gets past Siffin and just kind of goes coast to coast from one side to the other, and he scores. And, you know, he's got to really thank his keeper because that's the only reason they're in this game right now. Pennaman having a really good game. I think compared to the first game where he looked a little bit shaky, he's definitely standing on business, proving why he is the previous season's Vesna winner.
Yeah, exactly. And Rabe, opportunity, but Camper's on top of that one. Read that one like a book. As Siffin needs to be a little more careful here on the puck. Farabee booting it up to Nick. Siffin on top of that. And Camper's going to take it away, but Siffin gets a nice back check on that. Siffin. Camper puts it inside, but a little weak. Camper's still on it. Choke's going to clear that one back out to the corner. And Rob's going to take full advantage of this puck here. Rob gets past Camper. Has Nick on his back now as well. Rob has 2 on him, but tries to play pass over to Jam. That pass. Tries to put it inside, but Farabee gets a nice block on the defensive end. And Rabe. Farabee now. Messing with the puck as Jammo's going to take that one right off of him. And it seems like Houston have a prime opportunity here to line change. Lids not letting RDB have that boardroom. As that puck goes right to the center. Lids playing it back down to ohLuvv. This Camper is going to be on the ice for a very long shift here. ohLuvv. Trying to get possession of this puck. Lids shot saved by Pandaman. Gonna read those all day. And he's just gonna kind of sit there and let his teammate take the puck. Shug gets past Frumpy Bear. Shug opportunity, but ohLuvv gets a nice check there. As Frumpy Bear plays it out wide to Lids. ohLuvv shot blocked by Diego. Good ping. Frumpy Bear inside to ohLuvv. ohLuvv missed the opportunity. And I believe that's gonna do it 1-1 between these two teams. As we head into the third period, let's send it back to the desk. Hosted by yours truly, Konechny.
Okay, welcome back, everybody. Second intermission now. 1 goal scored that period again, this time by the Freedom. Tie game right now, 1-1. Houston out shooting Philly 13-6. It was another period of Houston's offense, just, doing what they usually do. Pandaman absolutely standing on his head right now. Houston just can't really buy a goal. They're getting shots, they're getting chances. It's just, and again, Pandaman standing on his head. And, for Houston, they just need to find that perfect shot for it to actually go in. And hopefully they'll be able to, get 1 go-ahead goal here. But, Philly, again, not really necessarily playing awful, but they're, again, Houston is just a better team tonight. And it's just, this is what Pandaman does. He's able to carry a team like this, and that's where they're at now. Regardless, I'll send it over to Mason, let him talk about this period.
Yeah, so far, standing on his head with, Philadelphia barely hanging on by a thread. But if they're able to convert those lucky chances that they do come by, like Farabee and that 1-on-1 against Siffin, I believe they can really pull this game out. I mean, if you have a Vesna goaltender, one of the best, or probably the best goaltender in the league right now, you can kind of rely on him a little more on the defensive end, especially with, you're missing your star player. But anyways, I still believe that Houston are putting up so many good golden opportunities that they're going to, walk away with this game. Isn't that right, Sammy the Whale?
I mean, maybe. It's getting a little bit shaky. I think they've improved a little bit on the defensive side. Rob's still just getting a lot of good chances. Just, Penman really stepping up for the team here this game. And that's pretty much the main takeaway from this game so far.
Definitely agree. I feel like eventually one of these shots will go in. 13-6 shots again, Pandaman can't stand on his head forever. And, maybe eventually somebody will make a bad move and Pandaman will turn into the little rage demon that he is, mess up his team comms. But we'll find out. 10 seconds till puck drop. Send it back to Mason for our coverage of the third period.
And here we go. One more time. Draw between Farabee and Rob. Farabee wins the draw. Gemmo pings it right off of him. Farabee on the puck now. Trying to open up some space past Siffin. Siffin playing a little more passive against Farabee. Farabee shot. That's going to find the back of the net. Incredible goal by Farabee.
I mean, what a goal from Farabee there. Holy. Maybe a little bit rusty play, newbie play there from Jammo. He committed really hard on that play on the boards. He got beat, and then Siffin was stuck to defend 2 people there. Griffin takes it to the boards, and you think, oh, the play's gone, but Griffin doing a nice shutter step there and getting a really good P3 off that. Vasilevsky just can't save. I mean, that's just a really good play there from Farabee, showing why he's a top player in the league.
Exactly. As you could say, Houston is missing a certain someone who is stuck in between the benches right now. Pretty bad
I
at
have had
slide
enough
puck
of this.
too.
You know, I'm standing here between the benches, and I honestly, Houston bench is chattering all about. They're blaming the commissioner, saying that it's rigged against them. I don't know. I don't really necessarily agree, but now they're starting to get really angry. We'll see what happens. Let's hope they can keep their cool, guys, to tie this game.
Yep, and here's Farabee on the puck now, trying to extend their lead. Farabee, very hot this game, plays it inside to Nick, who cannot get his stick on the end of that one. Siffin playing it back down the boards to Rob. Rob trying to get past Camper, does so. Gets a nice ping there, but he's going to get clamped up by 2 people there. Rob again. Farabee. Rob opens up the space here, trying to get a shot off, but he's going to get clamped up by... Look at him. All 3 of the Philadelphia Freedom are standing at, not giving him any sort of... And I believe that's what they have to do in this game to really just not let him have any sort of space to work with. He is in my opinion, the only threat in this game right now for this Houston team. Nothing else has really impressed me yet, but maybe someone will convince me otherwise. Lid's taking a shot there, but I believe that was going wide, and Panama is just going to glove it. And that is going to be an easy line change for both these teams. And this is ohLuvv and Frumpy Bear's time to really step up. I believe they have the star power. ohLuvv shot, and that's going to go right into Panama's chest. But like I was saying, I believe they have the star power to really overtake whatever lineups. Here's Shug going the other way. Lids takes advantage of the puck. Plays it up to ohLuvv. Lids. Inside the Shug. Shug trying to get past Frumpy Bear, and Lids can't do so. Lids. Diego, good crouch there. Frumpy Bear inside the Lids. Lids shot. Blocked by Shug. Lids again! Shot, and it's going to be saved by Panda. Panama really standing on his head for this Philadelphia Freedom team as ohLuvv feel the pressure. ohLuvv stuck behind on the net now. Plays it up to Lids. Lids has Frumpy Bear on his right. Gets past Diego. Plays inside. Frumpy Bear cannot get his stick on the end of that one. Beautiful pass from Lids, but even better defensive effort from the Freedom. Freedom really lucking out with this one. ohLuvv shot. Blocked by Dicker. ohLuvv plays inside the Frumpy Bear. Frumpy Bear can't get there as it was behind him. Arden B using his momentum to get past. Arden B can't get a shot off. ohLuvv better block. Plays it outside the Jamo. Jamo up against Camper now. Jamo. Nice pullback. Beats Camper. Jamo still on it. Has Shug on his back. Plays inside. He's gonna find the back of the net! Oh my goodness! How did that find the back of the net?
Oh my god, we see a Jamo go. And I guess you could say he really jammed that into the net because somehow that managed to squeeze its way past Panaman, who honestly earlier was complaining about how shots keep have been recently going near post and in like that off the keeper, and you know, that just so happened to happen in this game. And somehow the Bandits score, and it's their rookie player, not ohLuvv, not Frumpy Bear, not any of those guys. It's Jamo. Remember the name.
Who is this connecting guy celebrating? I don't even remember him
And I'm
being
down
on
here
Houston
between the
team.
benches, guys. The Houston bench is absolutely electric right now. Everybody very happy for Jamo scoring his first career goal, obviously. Looks like he's a bit of a clutch performer. You know, that's something you want to see in the genes of these, these youngins coming in the days. These youngins coming in nowadays, all of them try to do is, they try to do these fast pulls, all these stupid things. This is a real player right here. And here he is
Jamo
again!
Opportunity, but Panaman's going to clear that way. Dangerous. And Farabee back the other way, plays inside the... Another pretty new rookie into the scene. Camper. Behind the net. Jamo takes it off, plays a nice pass inside the Rabe, but that's not going to get any further than that. Siffin's shot saved by Pandaman, who is still, despite that questionable goal that went past him, still standing on his head for this Freedom team, as the shots basically, show that. That's going to be 21 shots for Houston, and only 8 for Philly. But the score is 2-2. Just goes to show the difference in the power of these two teams. Farabee gets past Rob, but misclicks there. Rob, opportunity, but gets clamped up by Camper. Frumpy Bear has Rob on his left side. Can't make a pass off. Farabee getting clamped up by Lids there. Frumpy Bear going the other way. Shot! Oh, plays it across to Rob. Rob trying to get a rebound, but he's going to get clamped up by Farabee. Nick plays it over to ohLuvv. ohLuvv down the boards. Shug gets past Frumpy Bear. Shug still on it. Shug plays a nice pass inside, but Lids and ohLuvv are in the slot defending. Team and ohLuvv and Frumpy Bear are just going to kill the clock, and we are going to have a second in a row of overtime. Let's send it back to the desk, hosted by yours truly, Konechny.
Welcome back, everybody. We are here. Third intermission, overtime about to come up. I mean, Houston is just obviously outplaying this Freedom team. 21-8 the shots. I mean, game is tied, sure, but they're outperforming, outplaying, and it's just simply a goaltending battle. I'm not gonna say diff. Pilkington's played well enough, but obviously, it's still a tie game. But shout out to Jamo, coming in, scoring a game-tying goal less than 2 minutes ago. Kid has clutch genes. That's what you like to see nowadays in these rookies. But since Softies is actually here this time, I'll let him talk about the game a little bit.
Like I've been here. Yes, I mean, from what it seems, Houston has obviously had more shot opportunities, but coming off of a Vesna season, Pandaman is just a really, really strong goaltender. Him letting in an OT goal isn't too far out of the question with the amount of shots he's getting. But honestly, I think that Philadelphia is going to bring this one out. Despite all of the lackluster shooting, it's going to be Philly that wins this game.
Hopefully, well, I actually disagree. I hope Philly does not win this game. I'd be a little upset if that happened. Honestly, I feel like Houston, again, I've said this before, they've been throwing so many pucks on net. One of these will slip by. Well, something will happen. I'm sure Pandaman's probably a little rage demon right now in their team VC after that puck randomly slid past, especially scoring on by a rookie. I'm sure that VC is absolutely livid. But regardless, I'll let Samuel maybe get in some final thoughts here, just real quick.
I just think somebody on this Houston team, other than Rob, though, needs to be creating more chances. Don't get me wrong, Jamo scored, but other than that one chance, I just feel like Rob's really doing everything for this team. That second line needs to do something for Houston. I mean, ohLuvv is playing farther forward normally than he normally does, so he needs to warrant why he should be, because he's done nothing.
I agree. Hopefully he can lock in for this overtime period. Back up to Mason, the commentary.
Okay, thank you. Finally, someone introduced. Has Rob on the inside. Rob nearly getting. Oh, Rob! Rebound saved by Pandaman. And here's Camper going the other way. Rob's going to get a nice back check. Gets past Camper. Has Farabee to worry about now, though. Farabee playing inside to Nick. Nick, opportunity. Shot saved. It pinged by Chokington. Incredible save by both these goaltenders. Two veteran goaltender. Well, I don't know if Pandaman's really a veteran, but incredible goaltender versus the veteran. Jamo. Not too sure what is the definition of a veteran in this game, but Farabee back the other way. Rob gonna get a nice back check. Rob just kind of staring Farabee down. Not too sure what was going on there. Getting past Siffin. Camper. What is Camper doing? Oh my god, he nearly... What is going on in this game? What did I just watch? Frumpy Bear clearing it out, giving Houston a second to breathe. Oh my goodness, Camper doing like 15 pullbacks, nearly a Michigan past Chokington, who clears it desperately off his line. Frumpy Bear playing it inside to ohLuvv. But Frumpy Bear still on the puck. Farabee gonna take it away. Farabee the other way. Lids, good defensive play, plays it inside to ohLuvv. ohLuvv can't get the shot off as Ardent B. Opportunity now, shot, gonna go wide back behind the net. Both these teams doing spectacular on both ends, both defensively and offensively, especially with their goaltenders. Here's ohLuvv. We have witnessed a goaltending masterclass tonight, especially in the last game between the Muskies and the Storm. Shug nearly getting a shot off there, but that's going to be an even better back check and defensive play by ohLuvv. Arden B. ohLuvv clearing that one away. ohLuvv still on the puck. Shug gets past ohLuvv, plays a nice pass to Arden B. Arden B trying to get a shot off, but Ladd's going to be an even better blocker. Arden B gets really close to the net there, but Chokington's going to poke that one away. As Lids needs to be a little more careful. Arden B gets clamped up by Lids there. Rob is now on the ice. And that's going to finally be a delayed penalty for this Houston team. Rob finally getting the call that he looks like he's been asked. And let's get some thoughts from Mr. Konechny on the sidelines.
Yeah, guys, I'm actually standing between the benches right now, and I'm quite far away from both goal sides here, but I can hear Panda Man yelling from a mile away over here, screaming to his teammate here, Arden B in the box, saying, "You're a child, you suck, I hate you so much." Really, I think that's really hurtful.
Rob missing the face-off there twice. Rob playing a nice pass. Saved by Panda Man. Rebound by Siffin. Siffin couldn't get the shot off. Wow. As a minute 50 to go in this. And Panda Man's going to glove that one. Panda Man playing it over to Camper. Camper has 5 seconds to kill before they're at even strength again. Camper still behind his net. Rob catching back up to Arden B. Jamo, opportunity shot, saved by Panda Man, but a little too quick. To beat Panda Man, you're gonna have to do a little better than that. Farabee plays inside to Arden B. Choke comes out of his net, cancels that play out. Jamo, opportunity, tries to get past Camper, but Camper's gonna be on top of him, not allowing him any sort of breathing room. Siffin, the pullback king, pulling back 4 times. And here he is again. Pulls back beautifully. Plays it over to his benchmate, Jamo. Siffin. Not too sure what's going on here in this game. With 45 seconds to go in this first overtime period. ohLuvv. ohLuvv. Over to Frumpy Bear. Frumpy Bear can't get his stick into that one. Nick's gonna... Saved by Panda Man. Chopped Man Siffin is wondering what is going on. Sideline. ohLuvv. Bringing it up. Gets fast sticker and shot. Saved by Panda Man. With 15 seconds to go before we go to 2v2. Shug back the other way. And Houston really feeling like they deserve the win now, but with Panda Man standing in the way, who is going to deserve it more as we head? We have a desk with Konechny, Sammy the Whale, and Softies. Let's get back to them.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Fourth over intermission at this point. Obviously, we're going for a second overtime period now. Shots 27-9 in favor of Houston. Just absolutely dominating. They were all over Philly in that overtime period. Chokington had to make one beautiful save. That's about it. But I just want to talk about this. We're going to 2v2, and if Houston doesn't win this, that's embarrassing. This team is should easily win this 2v2 period here. Put on Robe. Robe was a very good 2v2 player. You can put him with any line mate. Probably put him with, like, I don't know, Frumpy Bear. Put ohLuvv and Striffen together, maybe. I don't know. But they should wash these 2v2 lines. Looking at the Freedom, you put Farabee and Question mark. I mean, you do want to stack and put Camper, but I still think Robe beats that. Regardless, honestly, yeah, I agree. Little voice in my head, little brainworm in my head. Maybe you should put out Jammo. Maybe Jammo and ohLuvv. Let them go together and let, I don't know, Robe and Frumpy Bear play. Who knows? A lot of options here for Houston. But, man, they deserve to win this game. And if they don't, I'm going to be rather upset. And I wish I was playing right now. I wish I was in this 2v2 lineup. I love 2v2. I miss 2v2. Regardless, I'll let Sam and the Whale talk about that period. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I will give some credit to Philly. I mean, it was actually 2 saves. There was the one that Nick had a chance P3, a really good ping from Vasilevsky to keep that in the net. And then there was the other, the Camper chance, where he did like 20 pullbacks. And I don't know how he didn't score that, because it looked like Vasilevsky was off the post and he was just going to get a free tap in, but he did really well to come back and make that save. So, good for him for making the saves when his team needs him to. I think this 2v2 though benefits Freedom more, just because I feel like now they can put like some of their stronger players on, because I feel like overall the Freedom depth isn't as good, so it's like they can kind of consolidate all their good players into their 2 lines. So I think it'll benefit them a little bit more. But at the same time, you got Rob, who is a 2v2 merchant, and a lot of other good players there. So we'll see what happens.
And they're
it
playing
seems
Robe
like
and
the-
Siphon.
Oh,
that?
never mind.
took the line right out of my head, Konechny. But here's Farabee winning the draw. Trying to get past Rob. Siphon gonna boot him. Farabee now has a lot of space to work with here. Siffin's gonna not give him any room. Tamps him up. Here's Rob now. Rob tries to get past Camper. Rob trying to get a shot off. Pandaman's gonna boot that one away. Siphon shot. Nice shot there, but even better save by Pandaman. Routine for him. Siphon gets past Camper, trying to go all the way himself. Not really what you want to see if you're a Houston fan, because this is stamina. Kind of want him to be on the puck at all times, not the Siphon. Siphon, Farabee. Farabee trying to cut inside, but Rob's not going to let him have any room. And it seems like we're going to have our first ever line changes in this 2 of this season start happening very shortly. Rob plays it inside, but has no one there, as I believe they are. ohLuvv controlling the puck, taking as much space and room as he needs. It's Camper still staying on, and Farabee is still on as well, as Philadelphia could not line change. ohLuvv taking a shot. That's going to be a poor and smart play by Pandaman to call the whistle, as now Philly can make a safe line change.
Surprising that they're putting Frumpy Bear out there instead of Jammo. I feel like Jammo was
Yeah.
having a very good game, so
Yeah,
An
it's
interesting
wonder who
call.
deserves it. That's going to be a FOV against.
Frumpy Bear, I believe.
Yep. As you saw there, he kicked it with his feet. And ohLuvv's on the draw now. ohLuvv playing it back to Frumpy Bear. Frumpy Bear shot saved by, or blocked by Shug. And RDB is going back the other way. Frumpy Bear not too sure what he's doing there. RDB takes the puck off of him. Shot! Just nearly goes across goal. But cannot find the back of the net there past Chokington. ohLuvv back the other way. Tries to get past Shug. Does so, and Pandaman's just going to clear that one away to the side. To clear it up. Pandaman still, despite it being 2v2, standing on his head for this Philadelphia Freedom team, who are trying to get their first win of the season. And Frumpy Bear. Ben, that was Softies. Anyways, Ardenby still on the puck. ohLuvv getting past Ardenby. Going back up the ice now. And just shortly, we will have Rob and Siphon back on the ice. Frumpy Bear up against Shug here. Shug trying to come up on top of it. Shug still on the puck, but Frumpy Bear gets a nice back check. Nice, powerful back check. Frumpy Bear going the other way. Plays a nice pass, but Rob is not going to be there in time as he just subbed on. Probably better for him to hang out a little further back to defend the net. Shug. Killing some time as Farabee gets back on the ice. Rob up against Farabee. Farabee cuts inside, but Siphon's going to be on top of that one. Henneman with the puck now, plays it to Farabee. Siphon going to clear that one back. Siphon on the puck now. tries to play it inside. Fairby, opportunity, but nearly. But he read Siffin like a book there. Siffin has to be more careful against Fairby. And there's a bunch of question marks coming from the Houston bench. Not too sure what happened. But Fairby trying to cut inside. Siffin clears it away. Camper plays it inside from Fairby. Shot saved by Chokington. Despite Philly only having 10 shots, the goaltender Chokington has come up so clutch for this Houston team. And Rob playing, or Camper playing it over to Fairby. Siffin going back the other way. Up against Fairby on the boards. We've now nearly experienced a full period of 2v2 action between these two teams. Neither team wanting to concede this goal. Both teams really wanting their first. Rob playing it up. Camper. Pass on the boards. Shot. And that's going to slip past Chokington, who's going to calmly take it away and frantically clears it out. And that's going to be a delayed penalty. I'm not sure against who.
It's against Houston. I'm standing here by the bench. I got a really good view of it. Jammo, unfortunately, the nerves getting into him. He stepped on the ice there for about half a second. That's just not good. That's not what you want to do. I mean, kid had, you know, game-tying goal, but maybe the nerves getting onto him, slipped onto the ice there a little bit. That's very, very unfortunate there.
Philly are going to be calling a timeout to get their best players on remainder this period, but ohLuvv's going to have a lot to do here. And is he going to be able to hold down the fort? And this is honest. I think this is our first 2v1 in. The other night we had our first 3v1, and I believe this is our first 2v1 in forever. Feels like.
Definitely in forever. Brings me back to the old times. You know, standing here bench side. Seen this a lot before back in the old days, but you know, due to woke.
All right, Unc, we got
this
it. You're
3v3
old
now.
You're old, Mr. Konechny. As ohLuvv
I am.
is also old, but he has the experience to kill this penalty in 2v2. ohLuvv has an opportunity, trying to get past Camper. Penman coming out of his net. Farabee. ohLuvv gonna kill this one successfully. It feels like only 15 seconds left. And Camper is gonna come out on top. He's gonna play it inside, but ohLuvv's there, perfectly positioned. With 5 seconds left, Rob's gonna come right on. And that's gonna be back in even strength, 2v2. Farabee getting past ohLuvv. ohLuvv, nice back check. Rob, opportunity now, shot. That's gonna hit the side of the net. And we are gonna go to overtime 3. Feels like, unless ohLuvv has something to say about it, but Farabee and Camper say otherwise. Let's send it back to the desk. With Sammy the Whale, Konechny, and Softies, who I believe got a little injured on his way here, and I do not think he will be here for this desking segment. Take it away, Konechny.
Man, I mean, like I said, back here, we're back here, 6th time tonight. I don't even know anymore. Actually, I'm losing my mind. Triple overtime. This is where you would want to put me out. I am incredible in the triple overtime scenario, the ever elusive triple overtime scenario, but unfortunately, we're not gonna get there. It's a shame, really, but Houston again just dominating this game. But honestly, that period, the 2v2s, it did favor Philadelphia a little bit more. I feel like it was a lot more even that period. Chokington having to make some incredible saves. Philly's they're kind of locked in right now, and Houston needs to be careful. I'm not quite sure if I agree with the lines that Houston is running. I'd say put Frumpy Bear with Robe. Frumpy Bear a lot more of a defensive type of guy. Let Robe just do his thing, because having Robe and Siffin on the same line, not really the greatest idea. I think Siffin and Robe they're both very puck touchy. They're puck dominant players, and I don't really think it's a good combination. And I still really believe that you put out Jammo and ohLuvv together. But that is just my take as a Houston Bandits player and as a watcher of the sport. I'd love to hear some other takes. Maybe I'll let Mason take this one away.
I mean, I'm gonna be fully in agreement. I lost my voice. Someone take it away. I'm sorry.
You want me to save you, bro? You want me to save
Oh
you?
my god.
Yeah, we just had an attempted murder here. We're gonna have to escort Mason out here. But
Yeah.
Samuel, I mean, we are in Philadelphia. Shooters run amok here. Very dangerous.
Wow.
game
I mean, I
zone.
was gonna say I agree with you, but I don't think putting Frumpy Bear with Rob's gonna work because Frumpy Bear is definitely not as good a defender as Siphon. I don't think they're both that good, but I think Siphon just needs to realize like he just needs to boot it and let Rob do the thing. He's trying to do too much with the puck, and that's not his thing. You should just let Rob be the one controlling the game. And I think because Siphon is trying to do all that, it's just Rob's not getting like any chances, and it's not working for them there.
I
Definitely.
think
They
I'm
just
good
need
now.
to let Robe do his thing. It's kind of a shame that, well, not really a shame, but they really just need to let him do his thing because he's supposed to do that. That's his
And
thing.
we're here for another puck drop. ohLuvv back to Rob. Rob,
they're line
opportunity,
stacking.
but Camper can't
Why?
do it there. ohLuvv. Houston are going to be line stacking, changing things up, taking a bit of a risk here. ohLuvv and Camper going to clear that one away. But maybe this Houston team is confident in their second line. You know, hold their own. Big hit on ohLuvv there, but I believe fair. So it's going to be a safe hit there. Rob trying to cut inside. I'm not too sure what he's doing now. Rob plays it over to ohLuvv. ohLuvv shot! Saved by Panda Man! Gloves that one confidently as Houston are still trying to find that third goal that they've been desperately needing and wanting. As you can tell with their 32 shots on net. Feels like no goaltender is going to be close to Panda Man in saves after this week of games. Rob. Opportunity shot! Hits off the post! Very, 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 very close. Panda Man's out of his net. Farabee on Rob's back now. He's going to take the puck off of him. ohLuvv clearing it up to Shug. Or no, Siphon's on the ice now. I didn't even realize. Siphon and Frumpy Bear. Can they make something happen? The dynamic duo, as they call them. These are the Avengers of your ranked games. Can they do something?
Absolutely nobody calls him that. I'm saying
believe
bench
me,
side to say that, by the way.
Believe me, Nick, I'm aware. All right, anyway, Siphon on the puck now. Opportunity now! Saved by Panda Man again! And it seems like this game will just never end unless Shug has something to say about it. Shot goes wide. Yeah, we've Siphon going the other way, plays it over to Frumpy Bear. Frumpy Bear shot! Hits off the post! Oh my goodness, this game back and forth, goaltender, goaltender, goaltender. This game has everything a hockey fan could want. Shug plays it up. Siphon's gonna be on the first one there, plays it across to nobody. And Shug's gonna be on Frumpy Bear's back, cuts inside, Frumpy Bear, good back check. Arden B trying to get past Siphon. Frumpy Bear a little slow on that one. Trying to Shug, doing a 1-2 on the board. Siphon back the other way, 2-on-1. Siphon over to Frumpy Bear. Shot by Frumpy Bear, saved by Panda Man, who had that shot read every day of the week. Rob, perfectly timed line change. First one on the puck. And same with Farabee. If Rob's on the ice, you will see Farabee on the ice as well. Robe. Trying to get past Farabee. Farabee not giving Rob any room. Robe on the puck. Going back the other way. Over to ohLuvv. ohLuvv opportunity. Shot! Saved by Panda Man! Big pig on the board. On the post. Farabee shot! Or pigged by Rob. A good back check. Very, very important back check. Farabee opening up space. Shot! Saved by Chokington. Save! Goal by Camper! I don't know why I said save. But oh my god, Camper's gonna end it in overtime 3. 34 shots by Houston was just not enough to beat Panda Man. As Camper is the hero in Philadelphia tonight.
Guys,
get
I'm
a
standing
big
here
spot.
bench side. This is really depressing. Houston Bandits players look absolutely defeated. I mean, if I was there too, I'd absolutely be starstruck right now. I don't know how you lose that game. That's kind of embarrassing. Panda Man, you should be investigated for performance-enhancing drugs. You should be investigated. I need the league to investigate him right now. This should not be allowed in today's game. This is unacceptable, honestly.
Well, what an incredible game to end tonight off with. That game had absolutely everything any Blockey fan could want. But that's going to be it from us tonight, folks. Thank you all for tuning in. We will be back tomorrow night, though, with more Blockey Hockey action, starting at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time between this same Houston team up against the Seattle Golden Eagles. Stay tuned. See you guys all then. Thank you, guys. Good night. Blockey Hockey.